Get your reactions ready. The live portion of the show will begin in just a moment.
Ken try to get that run in.
Got more. Deep to right field. Low back. On the track. See ya. Driven out to right center field. That ball is gone.
Today is Wednesday, August 2nd, and the Yankees were trying to salvage the final game of a 3-game set against the Rays. Gerrit Cole was on the mound, and the Yankees were swinging the bats. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Look at all these runs. I'm so confused. What do I do with my hands? I don't know. We didn't get swept. Pop the champagne. If you missed it, Domingo Germán is out for the season. Did a short podcast about that to talk about it before the game. I don't want to get into it again, but if you guys have takes, we'll take them. Today is also the day that the Yankees lost Thurman Munson in 1979. Share your favorite memories of Thurman in the comments. I never got to see him play, so I would love to hear your personal memories. So tonight, Jeff Nelson's keys to the game were for Gerrit Cole not to walk people and to keep the ball in the ballpark. First 2 hitters for the Rays, I kid you not, walk and a 2-run home run from Wander Franco.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I tell you, you can't write this stuff. Luckily, though, Gerrit Cole settled down. And with the way the Yankees have been hitting, and with the pitcher that was on the mound for the Rays, you had to wonder if 2 batters into the game was over. And quite frankly, McClanahan just didn't have it tonight, and the Yankees roughed him up. Also, yesterday I said get ready for a bunch of home runs from Wander Franco into that second deck, in years coming forward. I didn't think he would go third deck today. Unreal. That guy's got a ridiculous swing. Good news is that Gerrit Cole found it after the home run and settled into an outstanding outing. We got to give him a round of applause. The combination of Gerrit Cole and Ben Rortvedt is every bit as good as Gerrit Cole and Jose Trevino. We just need Rortvedt to start hitting a little bit. Having a dangerous left-handed hitter would be nice. To me, it seems like his swing's a little too flat, and I like a level swing, but it might be just a little too flat. Seems like he's getting on top of it, hitting a lot of ground balls. IKF made a great throw from left field to nail a runner in the second inning. He also threw out another guy in the 5th inning. First time in his career that he's had any outfield assists, and he had 2 in the same game. I firmly believe that since the Yankees didn't trade him, they're probably going to try and re-sign him. They like that he plays all over the place. He's played center field, left field, right field, third base, shortstop, second base, and pitched this season. And I'm sure if they needed him to, he could catch. A little too short for first base, but I'm sure he would try it. Yankees had a big third inning, 5 runs. Harrison Bader led off with a double into the left field corner, and then Anthony Volpe came up to bat.
There it goes. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Anthony Volpe, a spectacular OG.
Still the worst home run call on the team. A spectacular OG. 14th home run of the season, 37th and 38th ribbies. He also had 2 more hits tonight to right field later in the game. I like that he's been taking much more of a right field approach recently. I think that's the type of hitter he should be. If they're going to give you that whole right side like they did late in the game, just poke a little ground ball through the right side and pick up a base hit. And then you can steal a base like he did. Look, that's the type of hitter he needs to be. And this is the first time in his career that he's had a real hitting coach Don't forget, Dylan Lawson was a hitting coach in the Yankees minor league system while Volpe was working his way up. So he's never had an actual major leaguer, teaching him how to hit. So hopefully these improvements, will last. I feel like he's one of the few guys who's been a little bit unlucky over the past several games. Going back to that Orioles series, he hit some balls hard and could have single-handedly won the game in, I want to say Friday night's game where it was 1-0. It was either Friday or Saturday. And, he got robbed. And yesterday he got robbed on a ball up the middle. So hopefully he's putting it together. Later in the inning, Mr. Giancarlo Stanton.
See ya. Home run for Stanton.
This night is a wrecking machine. The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball.
Opposite field bullet, 110.5 miles an hour off the bat. 3-run shot, 15th home run of the season. Thought he'd have more by now. He's tied with Anthony Volpe for 38 RBIs, or he was. I think he picked up another one. So, yeah, he passed him with 39. So you'd expect him to have a lot more ribbies by now, but he had a big night, 4 RBIs on the game. Despite his struggles over the past 2 seasons, he still hits the ball harder than anyone in baseball when he really connects. He has a lot of really bad, awful swings. He can't run anymore. But if you put the ball in his zone, he can absolutely lose it. How about this stat? Volpe has just 1 less home run and 1 less RBI than Giancarlo Stanton at this point in the season. And we've all been so down on Volpe and what he's done. Stanton's making I guess he is making over $30 million. The Yankees are paying him 20-something. Unreal. Got to get more production over the next 2 months. We need nuclear Stanton, and we need him right now. Hopefully tonight was the beginning. Seems like we've said that a lot this season. He'll have a big game, and we say, hopefully this was the beginning of nuclear Stanton. And then he goes 1 for the next 15 or something, or 2 hits in the next 12 games. So let's just hope he keeps it going. Yankees threatened in the 5th inning, 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs, and Giancarlo grounded out. He actually broke his bat and carried the knob of the bat like one of those relay race things where he's running with it. He almost stabbed Yandy Diaz right in the jugular. Almost went full OJ. Almost. You never go full OJ. Great catch in left center field by Harrison Bader in the top of the 6th. And he's just a beautiful defender when he's on the field. He's hitting, decent. What's he hitting? He's hitting 260. There's a lot worse on this team. Stanton picked up another RBI on a soft line drive single in the bottom of the 7th. That made it 6-2 Yanks. Yanks got another run on an error by Wander Franco on a throw down to second base. I think they scored it in error. They didn't score it in error. Did they score that a steal? Okay, I guess they scored it. So they threw down to second base, and I guess it was a double steal. They gave Torres a steal of home. I thought for sure that would be an error. They're not scoring errors this year for whatever reason. But Wander Franco basically missed the ball at second base and allowed the run to score. I tell you what, baseball scoring has gotten odd. I figured for sure. Usually if the ball literally hits a human being and bounces away and causes a run to score, that's like the definition of an error.
Baba Booey.
I don't get it. Yankees got another run on the play and went up 7-2. We score a few runs. You bet your ass I'm going to tell you about all of them. Garrett Cole threw a fantastic game again. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, 91 pitches. 18th start this season in which he's allowed 2 runs or fewer. He's got a 2.64 ERA on the season, a 1.04 whip. How about another round for Mr. Garrett Cole? He's got a legitimate chance to win the Cy Young. It's going to be a shame to have the MVP one year, the Cy Young the next, have them both in their prime on the same team and still be in last place. Got to put something good around these guys this offseason. Yankees hang on to win, and they salvage the series and avoid getting swept.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees
So 2 main belt candidates tonight. Anthony Volpe had a tremendous night, 3 hits. He's got the average up to 214. It sounds bad, but he's climbing. He was at 180 not too long ago. And, 2-run home run, 20th stolen base. But old number 27 tonight drove in 4 runs, had 2 hits. Ladies and gentlemen, your belt winner, Mr. Giancarlo Stanton. Honorable mention to Garrett Cole. Phenomenal, as always. But I had to give it to the offense tonight because the offense has done nothing forever. And we just needed it tonight. We just needed it. Dr. Hitskin says, Cole is a true ace. Glad he finally won you over. Tate Erickson says, hi, Derek. How are we in the wild card? Well, that depends on what happens in the games tonight. But we're a few games back of the final wild card spot. It's going to be close if this team can put it together. I still don't think they're getting in. The fact that they didn't get any offense at the deadline, I don't think you're going to see too much of a different offense going down the stretch. Now maybe Judge, boosts the lineup a little bit. Maybe Giancarlo gets hot. But still, I can see him passing the Blue Jays. I don't know if they're going to. I can see him passing the Red Sox. I don't know if they're going to pass the Blue Jays. I don't think they're going to pass the Rays. They're 8.5 behind the Rays. They're definitely not going to catch the Orioles for the division. Orioles 10 games up. Be interesting to see what happens in the playoffs. You might see some young teams go deep into the playoffs. The Orioles got a shot. The Braves, they're young, but they're still really, really good. Going to be an interesting postseason. Rick Diaz with a good point. Stanton swinging early in the count. It did seem like he was swinging early in the count, trying to do some damage, trying to avoid striking out on that slider. And it was effective tonight. John Kirk, I thought that said John Kruk. My eyes are fried. Says, Volpe could be in the 20-30 stolen base club in his first year. How many times has a rookie done that? I don't know how many times it's happened. I don't know if he's going to get 30 stolen bases. We've got 2 months left. The home runs, maybe. He needs 6 more in 2 months. I can see him getting 3 a month. He had 8 stolen bases in April. And he's had 12 in May, June, July. So 3 months. He's averaging 4, so he'd need 8. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's going to be close. I like that he's going to right field, though, more, man. Like the fact that he knows he can reach the right field porch is huge. And the fact that he's driving line drives like he was tonight and like he has recently is big. Apparently, Cashman is speaking now, so if anybody has any updates, let me know. Randy Vasquez, great night in AAA tonight. 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk. Slimeball says, Judge, hot streak incoming. Let's hope so. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box score for tonight. Courtesy of the Game Time app. Buying tickets to your favorite events should not be stressful. Use the Game Time app. Use the code NYY Recaps for $20 off and get the lowest price on last-minute tickets guaranteed. It is the fastest-growing ticket app in the world. They are a great sponsor. I use them myself. They're fantastic. You can view the seats. You guys know the spiel. They're just a fantastic sponsor. Download the Game Time app. Use the code NYY Recaps. All right, so 13 hits tonight. So you had hits from pretty much everybody. 1 for 3 from IKF in the leadoff spot, hitting .259. Judge, 1 for 4 tonight, .295. Torres, 3 hits tonight. He's up to .260. Stanton, 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs and a run scored, hitting .203. Greg Allen came in to pinch run and stayed in the game to play left field. Did not have a plate appearance. Bowers, 0 for 4 tonight. LeMahieu, 1 for 4. Bader, 1 for 4. And Volpe, 3 for 4 with a couple of ribbies and a run scored. And Ben Rortvedt bringing up the rear, 1 for 4 tonight with a strikeout, hitting just .150 with a .427 OPS. Now, we have to look at Ben Rortvedt for what he is. He's a guy with very little major league experience. I think he will hit. I think he's going to be more of a line drive type of guy, and he's obviously, like, if you look at pictures of him, he's incredibly strong. So he's got power. He's got bat speed. Just a question of whether or not they can turn him into a hitter. Now, the advantage of having somebody like Sean Casey, right? He's a left-handed hitter, one of the best left-handed hitters of the last 20 years. Just extremely consistent, had a great feel for hitting, great feel for using the whole field. Him working with a young lefty, I think Casey, if he could, if you can give him some special attention, just help him become a decent hitter, it would be humongous, because he's obviously a good defender, works very well with Garrett Cole. And Junior Caroma says, Cole winning a Cy Young. I believe so as well. Hope so. Frankie says Sean Casey is who you get when Derek Jeter says no. No, I think that Sean Casey was Aaron Boone's choice because, Aaron Boone goes back with Casey in his Cincinnati days. And he had talked to him multiple times. Apparently he wanted him to be the manager, the hitting coach last year. And he said no, wasn't interested in leaving his cushy MLB Network job or whatnot. But look, we're seeing some results here. Some guys change things. We're seeing, more of a crouch from both Stanton and Rizzo. We're seeing Volpe switch to pretty much exclusively hitting the ball to right field. He's saying, pitch me outside. I'm going to take it to right field. And he's daring him to throw it inside, where he's got very quick hands. You remember that home run he hit in the 9th inning? I think it was against the Blue Jays earlier this season on like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got quick hands. He can turn on a fastball. And because he's closed now, because his stance is closed, he can get to that inside pitch without pulling it foul. So I think Casey's going to benefit the young guys, especially Volpe and especially Rortvedt. Parkson says, Herman went on a bender after he saw the Yanks did nothing at the trade deadline.
Just a bit outside.
Majora24 said he was at the game and one fan brought a banner that said "Fire Cashman," and he got kicked out of the stadium, but everyone in the stadium gave him a standing ovation. I didn't see the massive standing ovation from everybody in the stadium for the one guy with the banner, but I'm sure some people applauded. It's odd that they would kick somebody out for bringing in a banner. That seems, I guess if somebody came to my job and said, fire Derek, I'd kick him out too. Matt B says, what we're all thinking, guess there's only one thing left to do. Win the whole fucking thing. Major League. Major League to me is my favorite baseball movie. I was talking to somebody today, though, about Moneyball. When I first saw Moneyball, I didn't really like it that much. It just didn't sit well. Like I don't know what it was about it. It glossed over the great pitching from the A's, and I just felt like it wasn't a true representation of that A's team. But then I read the book afterwards and realized how technical the book was and all the statistics and stuff like that. And I said, what they did with the movie, they turned a really analytical book into a somewhat, fun little narrative of a movie. And then I watched it again when I was on a train from North Carolina to Tampa to go watch the Yankees in spring training. And I just enjoyed it a lot more. And now I watch it all the time. I've probably seen it 10 times now. Zach G says, 9 more wins, and that's a 10-game winning streak. Oh, man. Frankie Baseball says, Aaron Sorkin deserved an Oscar for that script. I thought it was fantastic. I thought Jonah Hill getting an Oscar nomination was crazy for that. It was a good role. It was okay. But I was surprised he got an Oscar nod for that. But he's a talented actor. He's a talented actor. What I liked him in better was Wolf of Wall Street, where he had the big teeth. And he's like, smoke crack with me, bro. Smoke crack with me, bro. That's good. Definitely going in the out of context reel. All right, guys, let's take a few more.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Hirsch says, how many Moneyball teams have won a World Series? It's a good question. THG says, if you consider Field of Dreams a baseball movie, and he doesn't, it would be his favorite. I love Field of Dreams, and I do consider it a baseball movie. It's a central theme. Baseball is the vehicle. Baseball is the MacGuffin to drive the story there. Lori C says, just curious, does Sebi drink? I'm sure he does. Luke says, what is your confidence in the series against Houston tomorrow? Not good. Not good. I mean, I'm not going to buy into the fool's gold of us winning one game, swinging the bat well, one time. I think that we got a long road ahead of us. If we play well tomorrow, and I think Judge is going to be out of the lineup tomorrow, by the way, because he's played 3 straight games. So Judge will probably be out of the lineup tomorrow. And then he'll be back in the lineup on Friday night with the bigger crowd. By the way, I haven't decided for sure. I'm probably going to take Friday and Saturday. I'm definitely taking Saturday off. But I haven't decided if I'm going to leave early on Friday night yet. It depends on how I'm feeling. But if I'm here Friday night, there'll be a recap. If not, then I'll see you Sunday. But I'm going to take a little bit of a hiatus in the summer heat. If the Yankees were in first place or battling for a playoff spot, like really tight, I probably wouldn't. But, I can miss a recap and it won't really affect your understanding of what's going on with the Yankees too much. So, and we've done over 100 podcasts so far this year. Usually I do about 155 per season. So we take off, 5 or 7, then plus the playoffs, but probably not going to have too much playoffs this year, unfortunately. Frankie says, Field of Dreams is a baseball movie, just like Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I got to say, I agree. I hope you're not being facetious. Go get your shine box. And Alex Valerio says, it's right in front of us. All right, guys. What's right in front of me is some NyQuil, and I'm about to pass out and have a great night's sleep, because last night I couldn't sleep at all. I had my neck was bothering me. I was hunched over for the last few days doing a lot of video editing, a lot of setting up my new computer and all this stuff. And I had to lay on the floor with one of these like neck pillow things, and I just couldn't fall asleep. I was going to try and fall asleep on the floor. I couldn't do it. I laid there for a couple of hours, ended up getting a really poor night of sleep. I got up at 6 o'clock and took the dogs out, and I was going to go back to bed, but something came up and I couldn't do it. I got an email. I started working, and what I really need to do is just get about a solid 8 to 10 hours right now. So that's what I'm going to do. Aaron says, yo, my super chat. Let me go find Aaron's super chat real quick. I didn't see it come through, but let me just give it a quick scrolly. I see John Kirk says, okay, so John Kirk, we already read that one. I don't see your super chat, man. Apologies. I didn't see it come through. Bob Trambly with the dono. Appreciate it. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. I'll see you next time. Ball game over.
Most impressive.